Well, I don't know what to call this video, but I read in the news yesterday that a fellow by the name of Rick Santorom, I think, showed his ignorance, and I felt sad for him. A lot of people are very angry at him and, calling him a racist and all kinds of stuff, but I just see it as ignorance. Because he didn't realize the huge contribution that the indigenous peoples all over the world have made to modern life. And the idea that he had was that, nothing was happening in North America before all these Europeans arrived. And wow, some history teacher in Rick's life really let him down by not really telling him the truth about indigenous culture before white people mainly arrived, and what amazing culture there was. Large cities, large collections of people, and then the diseases that the white people had completely wrecked indigenous culture. So by the time a lot of, first contact between these ethnicities happened, the indigenous culture was just in ruins. Their elders were dead, their traditions were being lost, languages were being lost, they were fighting amongst themselves for whatever resources there were. And then as the settlement, which I think is a crappy word, the land robbing, another crappy word. Too bad it wasn't land sharing, or how can we live together? And so I am trying through the Order of Good Cheer to have a website and a Patreon site and a place where people can make videos or podcasts or whatever about the gifts that they have received or the things they've stolen from indigenous people. I'm calling it the non-indigenous friends of native culture. And it's really hard to realize that where I live is owned by somebody, and it was once land that was owned by everybody, and people used it for a long, long time. And then the Russians came into this area, and to make kill animals to make hats with, and this land here was part of the Miwok and Pomo Nation. And so I hope that you can subscribe to these podcasts or these video casts or whatever they're called, and I hope that you can make a donation if you have extra money or anything like that. Apparently, if I get enough viewers of these things, then money will start coming in, and that money goes to the Order of Good Cheer Enough Fund, and that pays for the people who are helping me do what I can't do anymore and making these videos. And any extra money will go to developing things like the non-indigenous friends of native culture acknowledgement videos in an attempt to raise money for indigenous people to so they can enrich their lives and their culture. Like my friend Lawrence Smith, who was the son of my very dear friend and major teacher, Lawrence Smith. He is part of a project trying to rebuild a cultural center, spiritual center at the Kashaya Ranchero, up the coast here in California. And there are projects like that all over the place. I mean, I know so many things that need money. And so anything you can do to help Native culture, please do. And please forgive Rick Santorom. He just was ignorant, like I'm ignorant about stuff, like you're ignorant about stuff. This habit of blaming and angry and stuff like that doesn't help. That doesn't encourage Rick to kind of say, gee, maybe I'd better learn something about Native culture. And then that doesn't encourage Rick to say, yeah, I was wrong. And I'm being different. This whole idea of redemption. Sometimes I think the only thing that gets redeemed in the modern world are things like air mile points, you know. But it's really redemption for, I make a mistake. Guess what? I'm human. We all make mistakes. I forgive myself. I hope people forgive me. And I'm not going to go around saying, I'm sorry. I'm just going to be different. I'm going to do things different. Do them in a more harmonious way. So, please, help out, eh?